The first lie. Hey, night listener. Tonight we enter the shadows. The rain hits the window with a rhythmic tap, soft at first, but then louder, as though trying to drown out the silence. The only light in the room flickers occasionally, the dim glow casting long shadows on the walls. You can't help but watch them move, stretching and shrinking, like they have a life of their own. Every little movement makes your skin crawl, but you can't look away. You never can. The house is empty now, save for you and your thoughts. The echoes of the past fill the space, the kind of memories you can never escape, no matter how hard you try. If this story found you, maybe it's because you've been followed too. There's a lie somewhere in the silence, a lie you told yourself a long time ago, but it's been growing, shifting, and now it's ready to swallow everything. It's not just the usual kind of lie. It's the kind that seeps into your bones, roots itself deep in your past, and takes on a life of its own. The kind of lie that's been hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to break free. You didn't mean to be part of this. You didn't mean to uncover it. You were just doing your job, investigating what you thought was a simple case. But the deeper you went, the more you found, and the more you found, the more everything started to unravel. The first lie, the one that started it all, wasn't told to you. It was told by you. You think you've been following the trail, but you've been the one leading it the entire time. And you're starting to see it now, the truth beneath the lies. It was never about solving the case. It was about keeping the truth buried, keeping the lie alive. You sit alone in the room, the shadows growing longer with each passing minute, and the truth feels like it's on the edge of your mind, just out of reach. It's too ugly to look at, but you know you have to. The photograph on the table catches your eye. It's old, the edges curled and faded, but the faces in it are clear. You recognize them immediately. They're people you've seen before, people you thought you knew. But now, looking at it again, you see something different, something you didn't notice before, a face you didn't recognize, a face that's not supposed to be there. The photograph holds more than just a moment in time. It holds a secret you weren't supposed to find. But now that you have, you can't ignore it. You can't turn away from it. You reach for the photograph, your hand trembling slightly as you pick it up. The faces stare back at you, frozen in time, but they are no longer the same. The man in the corner, the one you couldn't place before, now seems familiar. You stare at it, your heart pounding in your chest. The lie is taking shape now. And it's not just a lie about the case, it's a lie about you, about everything you thought you knew. What if the truth was never meant to be found? What if the lie was the only thing keeping everything together? You put the photograph down, but it doesn't leave your mind. It's etched into your thoughts now, and the more you try to push it away, the more it presses in, suffocating you with the weight of its meaning. The truth is always ugly, but it's too late. You've already seen it. So, before we vanish into this mystery, like the video and subscribe only if you can handle the truth buried beneath the lies. Now, lock your doors, take a deep breath, and follow me into the dark, the missing piece. You sit back, the photograph still haunting your mind, its implications pressing down on you with every breath you take. You want to ignore it, push it aside, but it's too persistent. The image of that face, the one you didn't recognize, keeps resurfacing, lingering like a dark cloud over everything else. You glance around the room, feeling the weight of the silence. The air is thick with tension, and the walls, the shadows, they feel like they're closing in on you. The truth is right in front of you, but it's too ugly to look at. You can feel it, clawing at the edges of your mind, daring you to see it, to understand it. But you don't want to. What if it's a lie? What if the photograph is just a coincidence? What if you're imagining things? The doubt gnaws at you, but the more you try to push it away, the more the pieces start to fit. The door creaks open behind you, and you don't turn around. You don't need to. The sound of footsteps tells you everything you need to know. They're back, the ones who were watching, waiting, making sure you wouldn't uncover the truth. You didn't want to dig this deep. You didn't want to see what's been buried. But now, you can't ignore it. You can't turn back. Don't you see it yet? The voice is familiar, soft, but cutting through the air like a blade. You turn slowly, and there she is, standing in the doorway. The woman you thought you knew, the one you thought was on your side. But now, her eyes hold a coldness you didn't see before. You're too far gone, she says, her voice low, almost a whisper. The truth is too ugly for you to handle. You don't speak. The words are trapped in your throat, suffocating you. You want to ask her everything, what she knows, who's behind all of this, what she's hiding. But something stops you, the look in her eyes. You don't know her anymore. You're not even sure you know yourself. You don't have the whole picture, she continues, stepping closer. Her heels click on the floor, each step louder than the last. There's still something missing. The photograph, the face in the corner, the one you didn't recognize, the missing piece. Your heart starts to race, the realization beginning to sink in. The face in the photo, it's not just anyone. It's someone important, someone you've known all along. But the more you think about it, the more it slips through your fingers. The memories are there, but they don't make sense. I don't understand, you say, your voice hoarse, barely a whisper. What's the truth? What's the missing piece? She stands still, her expression unreadable, and for a long moment, there's nothing but the sound of your breath and the ticking of the clock on the wall. The missing piece, she repeats, her voice almost too soft, is the one thing you've been hiding from yourself, the one thing you don't want to face. You swallow hard, the tension in your chest building, and you know she's right. The truth isn't something anyone else is hiding from you. It's something you've kept locked inside, buried so deep you've convinced yourself it's not there. But it is. It always was. You knew, she says, her eyes narrowing. But you've been pretending you didn't, pretending it didn't matter. You want to argue, to deny it, but the words don't come. The truth is too close now. You can feel it, pressing in, suffocating you. You've known it all along. You knew, but pretended you didn't. The room begins to feel smaller, the walls pressing in, and the shadows grow longer, darker. The photograph, the missing piece, the face you couldn't place, it's all part of the story, part of the lie you've been living. And now, you have no choice but to confront it. I can't go on like this, you say, your voice cracking, as you step toward her. I need to know. I need to understand. She tilts her head, a smile creeping onto her lips, but it's not kind. It's cold, calculated. You don't need to understand, she says. You need to accept. The weight of her words presses down on you, and for the first time, you wonder if you've been chasing the wrong thing all along. What if the truth isn't about solving the case? What if it's about accepting the lies that have been fed to you? You've always been the one chasing, but maybe, just maybe, you've been the one being chased. And now, the missing piece is about to fall into place. The photograph. You stand there, motionless, your hand still hanging in midair after reaching for the photograph. It feels heavier now, as though it's absorbing your fear, your uncertainty. The edges of the photo seem to blur as your hands shake, and for a brief moment, you wonder if it's your mind playing tricks on you. But no, the photograph is real. The faces are real. The faces you thought you knew. You've seen this photo before countless times, but now the weight of it feels different. It's not the same image. Not anymore. It's as if the photograph is alive, its hidden meaning stirring beneath the surface. The woman in front of you watches silently, a slight smirk on her lips, as if she knows exactly what's going through your mind. Her eyes hold a coldness now, an indifference you hadn't noticed before. And that smirk, it's not reassuring, it's mocking. Why didn't you tell me, you finally ask, the words slipping out before you can stop them. You weren't prepared for the answer. But it's the only question that matters now. She doesn't answer immediately, just watches you with a gaze that seems to weigh every ounce of your soul. And then her lips part, and her voice, though quiet, is laced with something like pity. "You never asked," she says, her tone almost too calm for the chaos spiraling in your mind. "You've been looking at this all along, but you've never seen it for what it really is." You turn back to the photograph, your heart hammering in your chest. The faces stare back at you, unblinking. You thought you recognized them all. The man on the left, the woman next to him, and the face in the back familiar, yet distant. You thought you knew who they were, but now you don't. Your mind races. The man, he was someone you knew. He was a part of your past, a part of this story. But you can't place him. You've seen him somewhere before. But where you look at the woman, and something clicks. She's the one who's been feeding you the story, shaping the narrative, bending the truth. But the face in the background, the one that's always been blurry, always just out of focus, it's clearer now. And it's not who you expected. It's you. Your breath catches in your throat as you stare at the photograph, the realization hitting you with the force of a bullet. You've been looking for answers, searching for clues, but the answer was staring at you from the very beginning. You were in that photo. You were the one in the background, watching, waiting, and it's been there, hidden in plain sight, all along. The woman's voice breaks through your thoughts, but it's no longer comforting. It's cold, matter of fact. "You thought you were chasing them," she says, stepping closer now. "But you've always been the one being followed." You stagger back, your heart pounding as the walls seem to close in around you. The weight of her words presses down on you, suffocating you. And the photograph, the one you thought was just a clue, becomes a mirror, showing you the truth you've been running from. "No," you whisper, shaking your head, but the words fall short. "No, this can't be." It's already too late. She cuts in, her voice almost sorrowful now. "The truth is too ugly for you to accept. You've been following the lies for so long. You've forgotten what it means to face the truth." You look down at the photograph again, your hand trembling as you reach for it. This time, the face in the background is clearer than ever before, staring back at you, unblinking, unfeeling. It's you. The air grows colder, and you feel the weight of everything settling onto your shoulders. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together, but the picture they form is something you can't look at. You've been searching for the truth, but now that it's staring you in the face, you don't know if you're ready to accept it. "You knew," the woman says, her voice low, almost a whisper now. "You knew this whole time. You were never meant to uncover the truth. You were meant to be a part of it." You take a step back, the room spinning, but there's nowhere to go. The photograph, the truth, the lies, it's all an entangled mess that you can't escape from. The walls feel like they're closing in, and you can't breathe, can't think, can't move. The door is still there, but it feels further away than ever. You know that leaving won't make the truth disappear. The truth is here, with you. It always has been. What now, you ask? Your voice barely a whisper. What do I do now? The woman steps forward, her gaze never leaving yours. You do what you've always done. You accept the lie. You turn away from her, from the photograph, from everything. But the darkness feels heavier now, pulling you deeper, suffocating you. You know you can't outrun it. Not this time, not anymore. As you stand there, lost in the realization that you've always been part of the lie, you hear it, the sound of footsteps behind you. But it's not the woman, it's the sound of your own steps. You're already too deep in this web, and the only way out is to face yourself. The sound of footsteps. The footsteps behind you aren't just footsteps anymore. They're louder, closer, like the walls themselves are moving. Each echo bounces off the shadows in the room, filling the space with a heavy presence that makes your skin crawl. You try to turn, to face whatever it is, but your feet won't obey. They're rooted in place, frozen by the suffocating weight of your thoughts. You feel the cold air tighten around you, like a grip that won't let go. You're no longer in control. The darkness isn't just surrounding you, it's inside you now. It's twisted itself around your mind, your memories, until everything you thought was real is slipping away. The woman's voice is a distant hum in the background, something you can't quite focus on, but you hear her anyway. You think you're trapped, she says softly, almost too softly, like she's speaking to someone else, someone invisible. But you've always been here, always been part of this. Her words sting, like they've been waiting to be spoken. You want to argue, to deny it all, but you can't. You don't have the strength anymore. The lie has become too real, and you've already crossed the point of no return. The footsteps behind you grow louder, the sound more insistent, like something or someone is approaching. But you're too afraid to look, because you already know who it is. The person following you isn't someone else. It's you. You know this now, don't you? You're the one who's been chasing the truth, but it's not the truth you thought it was. The truth is darker, twisted, and it's been leading you to this moment, to this point where you can no longer run, no longer hide from yourself. Why didn't you see it before? The room around you warps again, the shadows becoming more defined, more real, like they're pulling you in, trying to drown you in their suffocating grasp. You stumble forward, trying to breathe, but it's like the air has turned to stone, thick and cold, filling your lungs with the weight of your own thoughts. There's something behind you now, something so close. You can feel it. The air shifts, and a hand lands on your shoulder. But when you turn around, there's no one there. You close your eyes, your mind spinning as you fight to regain control. You know you're not alone. You can feel them, there in the shadows, waiting. But waiting for what? Waiting for you to accept it. And then, as if answering your unspoken question, the woman speaks again. You're not the victim, she says, her tone heavier now, more final. You're the one who made the choice, the one who decided to play the game. The game. That's what this has always been, hasn't it? A game. A twisted, sick game where everyone plays their part, and the stakes keep getting higher. You thought you were the player, but you were never the player. You were always the pawn. What if you've always been part of this game? What if the whole thing was designed for you to lose? The footsteps behind you stop, and for a moment, you wonder if it's over, if you're finally free. But the silence feels too thick, too heavy to be real. You feel it before you hear it. The subtle shift in the air, the presence behind you, so close you could almost reach out and touch it. But you don't. You can't. You're frozen, rooted in place, unable to move. And then the voice comes again. This time, it's not the woman's voice, it's your own. You knew. It says, its words clear and sharp, cutting through the stillness, but you didn't want to believe it. Your heart skips a beat as the truth settles into your bones. It's not the footsteps you've been hearing, it's your own. You've been following yourself all along. You've been running from the truth, pretending it wasn't there, but it's always been you. You've been playing the game, but the game was designed to break you, to show you how far you'd go to avoid the truth. And now, it's too late. The darkness begins to press in around you, heavier, thicker, until it feels like it's smothering you. The air is thick with the weight of your past decisions, your actions, and your own lies. The truth isn't just in the shadows anymore. It's inside you. It's the lie you've been telling yourself all along. You turn around, your legs trembling beneath you, and finally, you face what you've been running from. It's you. You see your reflection in the mirror across the room, but it's not the reflection you expect. It's distorted, twisted, like a funhouse mirror that warps reality into something unrecognizable. Your own face stares back at you, but it's not you. It's the lie you've been living. And then it clicks. The pieces fall into place. The truth unfolding like a dark blossom in your chest. You've always been the one lying. You've always been the one keeping the truth hidden. And now, there's no way out. The game was never about solving the case. It was about you solving yourself. You've been the perpetrator of the lie all along. And now that you've uncovered the truth, you can't run from it anymore. A broken mirror. The reflection in the mirror shifts again, flickering in and out like a broken television screen. You can barely make out the features of your face, twisted in the glass, but you know it's you. It's always been you, hasn't it? You step closer to the mirror, but the image grows darker, the details fading, and for a moment, you can barely recognize yourself. The edges blur, the face distorting, and you're struck by the realization that maybe, just maybe, this is the way you've always seen yourself, a fractured version, broken. The guilt in your chest rises with every heartbeat, and you don't know if it's the reflection in the mirror or the truth that's finally sinking in. But you can't look away. You've always known. Your voice whispers in the darkness, a cruel reminder, the same voice you heard in your head, taunting you, pulling you toward this moment. You just never wanted to face it. A cold, hollow laugh fills the room, but it doesn't come from your own lips. The sound is distant, distorted, like it's coming from somewhere deep inside you. The shadows in the room stretch longer, creeping toward you, as though the darkness itself is trying to swallow you whole. You step back, your breath shallow, your heart racing, and your hand still trembling as it hovers just above the mirror. You thought you could escape this, but you've only been running in circles. Every lie, every step you've taken has led you here to this moment, staring at yourself, facing the broken pieces of your own reflection. What if you've always been the cause of your own suffering? What if the lies you've been told were never the ones that mattered? You knew, the voice repeats, louder now, more insistent. You've been living a lie, and you've been lying to yourself. The glass of the mirror begins to ripple, distorting more, until the reflection finally clears. But it's not the face you expect. Instead, you see something else, something darker. It's the truth, your truth. You're not sure when the change happens? The mirror no longer shows your face, but instead, it shows something far worse. You watch, transfixed, as the image of yourself in the glass begins to smirk, to sneer back at you, almost as though it's mocking you for taking so long to figure it out. You've always known, the reflection says, and now its voice isn't your own. It's something else, something cold, devoid of any empathy. The truth was always right in front of you, but you couldn't bear to see it. You couldn't bear to face yourself. The glass cracks, a sharp, splitting sound, as if the mirror is tearing itself apart. The reflection's smile deepens, and you feel a sharp pang in your chest. The pain isn't physical, but it cuts deeper. The voice inside you grows louder, suffocating you. You're the one who broke it. The voice says, you broke everything, and now you're left to pick up the pieces. You stagger back, gripping the edges of the table to steady yourself, but your mind is racing too fast. The truth you've been running from is coming for you, faster than you can process. It's not the case you were working on. It's not the missing person you thought you were trying to save. It's not the people who have been lying to you. It's you. You broke it all. The voice repeats, louder now, more intense, and now you have to live with the consequences. The walls feel like they're caving in, the shadows tightening around you as the truth slams into you with the force of a freight train. It's not about the lies others told you, it's about the lies you've told yourself. You've been lying to yourself for so long, pretending that you're the one searching for the truth, pretending that you're the hero of this story. But you're not. You never were. The cracks in the mirror widen, and for a split second, the reflection flickers again. It's gone, and in its place stands a figure, your figure, but not the one you expected. This version of you is darker, more twisted, like a shadow that's finally come to life. The face, your face, stares back at you, empty and cold. You thought you were different. The figure says, its voice just like your own, but you're not. You're just like all of them. You reach out for the mirror, but it's gone, shattered into nothing. The room feels suffocating now, too small, too heavy. You can barely breathe, and the silence weighs on you like 100 pounds. You've been living a lie, pretending to search for the truth when the truth was always there, inside of you, all along. The weight of your own guilt is crushing. You can feel the years of deception, of self-delusion, pulling you down. It was never about the case. It was about you all along. And now, there's no escaping it. There's nowhere to run. You can't run from the truth anymore. The voice whispers, soft, mocking, cruel. You're already trapped inside it. You stumble back, the weight of your own reflection suffocating you. You've come face to face with yourself, and you can't deny it anymore. The lies, the truth, they've all been one and the same. You were always meant to see it. You were always meant to face it. But now, you have to live with it. A silent witness. The silence after the reflection vanishes is like a weight pressing down on you, suffocating any air left in the room. The cracks in the mirror, both literal and figurative, are still fresh in your mind, but there's no time to dwell on them. The realization is too sharp, too present. The truth is here now, and you can't unsee it. You can't forget what you've learned. Your hand still lingers in the empty space where the mirror was, the surface that once showed you something you didn't want to see. But the cracks are gone, the reflection is gone, and yet the truth lingers, heavier than ever. You hear the sound of your breath, shallow and quick, cutting through the stillness. Your pulse is erratic, your mind racing, but there's nowhere to run. The lie you've been living in is shattering, and the pieces are scattered around you. You were the one pulling the strings all along. You knew it, but you refused to believe it. The voice whispers again, not from the mirror this time, but from the very room itself. It's closer now, like a shadow in your ear, too close for comfort. They've all been watching. They've always been watching, but you were never the one in control. You try to shake it off, to push the voice away, but it's like it's embedded in your bones now, following you like a constant companion. You turn to leave the room, to escape the oppressive weight of your thoughts, but the door slams shut before you can reach it. You freeze. No escape. The shadows in the room twist, curling around you like they're alive, like they know you, like they're waiting for you to make the next move. And in that moment, you realize something. There's no one else here. It's just you, alone with the truth. But you weren't always alone, were you? You've had help along the way, people who've been watching, guiding you, leading you toward this moment. And then, in the dark recesses of your memory, you hear the sound of another set of footsteps, a presence in the room that wasn't there before. You turn slowly, but the room is still empty. The shadows grow deeper, the silence louder, and for a moment, you feel like you're going mad. Maybe you are. Maybe you've been mad all along, chasing ghosts and chasing yourself, never truly facing what's been staring back at you. But then you hear it again, the faintest rustle, the soft shuffle of footsteps that aren't yours. Someone's been watching you. Someone who knows exactly what you've been doing, who's been following your every move. You've been the one looking for the answers, but you've never been the one in control of the story. Someone's been pulling the strings, but not the way you thought. The footsteps come closer, the sound growing louder, and before you can turn around again, a figure steps into the room. Their face is obscured, their features hidden in the shadows, but their presence fills the room completely, suffocating you with the weight of their gaze. You know them. You realize you've always known them. It's her, the woman who's been at the center of it all, the one who's been guiding you through the darkness, the one who's been watching you while you were searching for the truth. But now, as she steps closer, you see it, the faintest smile on her lips, a smile that's more knowing than kind. Did you really think you were in control? She asks, her voice low and almost pitying. Did you think you could outrun what you've done? Her words hit you harder than anything else. And for the first time, you realize she's been watching you, but you've been watching her too. You've been following her, just like you followed every other lead, every other clue. But she's not the answer. She's the witness, the one who's been waiting for you to see the truth. And now you do. Everything you've done, she continues, stepping even closer, her eyes never leaving yours, has been part of the plan. You were never meant to find the answers. You were always meant to be the answer. Her words make your chest tighten, and your heart skips a beat. The walls are closing in again, and the room feels smaller with every breath you take. You try to push her away, but she's right there, her presence overwhelming you, suffocating you. The truth, she says softly, was never about justice. It was about control. She reaches out for you, her hand brushing your shoulder, and in that moment, you feel something shift. The air around you grows heavier, thicker, like the room itself is becoming a part of the lie you've been running from. Everyone lies, she whispers, her voice barely audible now, especially the quiet ones. Her fingers linger on your skin, a touch that feels cold and final. And as she stands there, in the center of the room with you, you finally understand. You've been the one lying. You've been the one keeping the truth buried, pretending you didn't know. But the truth is staring back at you now, and there's no escaping it. You were never meant to find the truth. The silence that follows is deafening, and you realize that the footsteps you've been hearing all along were yours. The lie was always part of you. The lie becomes real. The room feels like it's shrinking, pressing in on you from all sides. You're trapped in your own thoughts, suffocating under the weight of what's been said. The woman's words echo in your mind, replaying over and over like a twisted refrain. You were never meant to find the answers. You were always meant to be the answer. You try to move, but your legs won't obey you. You try to speak, but no sound escapes your lips. The room is spinning, the walls distorting, and the photograph, the one you thought you had discarded, appears before you again, as though it's been waiting for you to see it. The face in the background is still there, staring at you, and for the first time, you realize it's been staring at you all along. It's you. The truth wasn't buried in the case. It was buried in your memories, in your past, in the lies you've been telling yourself for years. The game was never about finding the truth. It was about keeping you in the dark, about manipulating you into believing that you were just a bystander. You thought you were solving someone else's mystery, but you were solving your own. You've always been part of it. The weight of this truth crashes over you like a wave, too fast, too strong to resist. Your heart races in your chest, and you can feel the suffocating pull of it. The woman's hand is still on your shoulder, cold and unyielding, but you don't pull away. You can't. You knew, she says again, her voice softer now, almost tender, but you couldn't face it. You've been lying to yourself for so long. You squeeze your eyes shut, trying to block her out, trying to block the truth, but it's impossible. It's there, crawling under your skin, seeping into your bones, and no matter how much you try to run, you can't escape it. The truth was always too ugly for you to accept, so you built a lie around it. You buried it in the shadows, in the corners of your mind, hoping it would stay there. But the lie is alive, and it's growing, and now it's consuming you. You open your eyes again, and she's still there, watching you with that same knowing look. She steps back, letting the distance grow between you, but it feels like she's still right there, inside your mind, pulling the strings, controlling the narrative. Now, do you see it? She asks, her voice almost sweet, like she's giving you a gift. Now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You've been living the lie for so long, but now it's real. You shake your head, backing away, but the walls seem to close in on you, the darkness pressing down harder with each step. Your legs give way, and you stumble, bracing yourself against the table, your breath ragged, your vision blurring. The room feels like it's spinning, and you wonder if this is what it's like when you lose yourself to the truth. The lie you've been living is unraveling, and you're watching it happen, powerless to stop it. You've always known, but you couldn't face it. You couldn't admit it to yourself. You were the one in control. You were the one who made the choices. You were the one who let it all happen. The footsteps in the room, yours, hers, they don't matter anymore. The sound becomes muffled, distant, like they're coming from far away. You're not just facing the truth, you're suffocating in it. It's all a lie, she says again, her voice fading, blending with the darkness. And now, it's yours. You turn toward the door, the one you thought was locked, but it swings open easily, as if it's been waiting for you. The cold air from the hallway floods the room, offering a brief respite from the suffocating atmosphere. But it doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like another trap, Another step toward your inevitable fall. You glance back toward the woman, but she's gone. The room is empty, silent, save for the racing of your heart in your chest. The lie is real now, and you can't outrun it. You step into the hallway, the darkness still pressing in around you, but there's no turning back. The truth has found you, and now it's up to you to accept it. The shadow in the corner. You step into the hallway, your feet dragging behind you as if they weigh 1,000 pounds. The silence of the house feels deafening now, each footstep echoing down the narrow corridor, bouncing off the walls and amplifying your every movement. You want to scream, to run, to escape, but there's nowhere to go, no way out. You pass by the rooms you thought you knew so well, but now they feel different. Their walls seem to close in tighter, as though they're watching you, judging you for everything you've done. You thought you had control of this place, but you were wrong. It was never your place. Not really. A flicker of movement catches your eye, and you stop. Your heart skips a beat, and for a moment, you're frozen, your breath caught in your throat. The air shifts again, cold and suffocating, and the shadows seem to stretch longer, curling around the corners of the hallway like they've come alive. You glance to your left, and there, just at the edge of your vision, you see it, a figure. But it's not real. It can't be. It's a shadow, a silhouette standing too still in the corner, just beyond the doorway. The darkness clings to it, and as you look closer, you see that it isn't moving, not a muscle, not a breath, but it's watching you. You turn your head sharply, but when you look back, it's gone. The hallway is empty again, but the weight of its presence lingers, thick and oppressive, like it's still there, hidden in the dark. You feel it, the rising sense of paranoia creeping into your chest. What if you've been the one watched all along? What if everything you've been doing has been part of some greater plan? Something you never even saw coming. You quicken your pace, your heart hammering in your chest. But the shadows follow you. You don't dare look over your shoulder again. The fear, the paranoia, it's all consuming now. You're not alone here. You never have been. And then you hear it. Footsteps, soft at first, but growing louder, closer. You can't tell if they're your own or someone else's, but they're there, echoing through the empty house, closing in on you. You start to run, but the footsteps follow, their rhythm matching yours, perfectly in sync. You whip around, but there's no one there. The hallway is still empty. Your breath is ragged now, your chest tight with the strain of running. You're shaking, and your mind is spinning. What's happening to you? What is this place? What is this nightmare you can't escape? You need answers. You need to understand why you're here. You need to know who's been playing you like a puppet all this time. And then, just as you think you can't take it anymore, you hear a voice. It's soft, almost a whisper, but it cuts through the silence like a knife. You've always been here. The voice doesn't come from the hallway. It doesn't come from anywhere you can see. It's inside your head. The words curl around your thoughts like they were always meant to be there. You've always been here. You stagger backward, your mind racing to process the words, the meaning behind them. Who's speaking to you? What's happening? Why does everything feel so wrong? The air grows colder, heavier. The shadows in the corners of the hallway seem to deepen, drawing closer to you. You take another step back, but your legs won't obey. You want to move, to run, but your body is frozen, trapped in the grip of whatever this is. And then, from the corner of your eye, you see it again, the figure. It's back, but this time, it's not just a shadow. It's a shape, a form, solidifying in the darkness. You can barely make it out, but you know it's there. It's watching you. The figure steps forward, its movements slow and deliberate. You try to scream, but no sound escapes your throat. You want to move, to flee, but your feet are stuck to the floor. You're trapped in the hallway, with the shadows closing in on all sides. And then you see it, the photograph, the one you've been carrying with you, the one that's haunted you since the beginning, the face in the background, the face you couldn't place, but now you see it clearly, and the truth hits you like a freight train. The figure standing before you is you. You collapse to the floor, your vision swimming, and for the first time, you finally understand. The footsteps, the shadows, the voice, it's all been you. You've been following yourself, running from your own truth. You've always been the one in control. But it's too late now. The truth is here, and you can't hide from it any longer. The unopened letter. The world is still, but it's not silent. The pressure of the truth weighs heavier now, each second stretching longer than the last. You sit on the cold floor of the hallway, staring at the place where the figure once stood, but it's gone now. The echo of its presence lingers like a haunting, an unbearable reminder of your own fragility. You reach for your chest, feeling the rapid rise and fall of your breath, trying to steady your racing heart. The truth has shattered everything. The reflection of yourself, the shadows, the footsteps, they were never just illusions. They were parts of you, parts you tried to hide, but they've come crashing to the surface. And now, you can't ignore it any longer. But as you sit there, lost in your own thoughts, something catches your eye. It's a piece of paper, resting against the edge of the doorway. The weight of it pulls you toward it, like a magnet, and you slowly reach out to pick it up. The paper is thick, aged, and the handwriting is immediately recognizable. It's a letter. You know what it is before you even read it. The words written on the paper are familiar, like an old memory you thought you'd buried long ago. You don't need to open it to know what's inside. You've been waiting for this letter, whether you realized it or not. You've been waiting for the final piece of the puzzle to fall into place. The letter, the one you never sent. The weight of it in your hand feels heavier than the house itself, heavier than the truth that's been unraveling inside you. You stare at it, unable to open it, unsure if you're ready to face what's been hidden inside. But you know you can't avoid it. You've been running from it, from the one thing that could finally make sense of all of this. You take a deep breath and carefully peel back the edge of the envelope. The letter inside is folded neatly, its contents waiting to be revealed. Your fingers shake as you unfold the paper, the creases revealing the familiar, flowing handwriting. I never wanted to hurt you. I never wanted you to see what I've become. But you need to know the truth. You need to understand that everything we've been through, it's not what you think. It was never about you. It was always about me. I've been hiding this from you, hiding it from myself, but I can't run anymore. The lies have become too big to ignore. You've seen the truth now, but the truth is ugly. It's not something you can walk away from. The letter continues, but you can't breathe, can't focus on the words. The truth is here, right in front of you, staring at you with cold, unflinching eyes. The letter isn't just a confession. It's the final betrayal, the thing you've been avoiding, the thing you've known all along. I'm sorry. I never wanted this for you. But now that you know, there's no going back. I've made my peace with the lies. But you have to decide what to do with the truth. You fold the letter back up, your hands trembling, and you don't know what to do next. You want to scream, to tear the paper into 1,000 pieces, but you can't. The words are burned into your mind now, and you know they'll never leave. The truth was never about the case. It was about you, about everything you've been running from, everything you've been hiding, the lies you've told yourself, the lies that have kept you tethered to this darkness, this suffocating guilt. You stand up, the letter still clutched tightly in your hand. The house is silent now, but the weight of your actions is deafening. You hear the soft thud of footsteps again, but they're different now, quieter, like they belong to someone else, someone who has been waiting for you to accept this. The shadows shift around you, but they don't feel like they're closing in anymore. They feel like a part of you, like they've always been there, waiting for you to accept them. The letter, the truth, the lies, they're all pieces of a puzzle you can no longer ignore. You've been living in this house of shadows, pretending you didn't know what was real. But now, you can't pretend anymore. The truth is too big to hide behind the lies you've told yourself. You take a step forward, but something makes you stop. The hallway stretches out in front of you, dark and endless. You've reached the end of the line, but you're not sure what's on the other side. You've uncovered the truth. Now, you have to decide if you can live with it. The voice on the other end. You stand in the hallway, the letter still clenched tightly in your hand, the truth weighing down on you like an iron chain. Every breath feels too loud in your ears, each heartbeat too fast, and for a moment, you wonder if you're still standing in the same room, or if you've been pulled into a different reality altogether. Everything is blurry, out of focus, like your mind is struggling to keep up with what's happening. The shadows feel closer now, as though they're pressing against your skin, suffocating you with their presence. You want to scream, to throw the letter away, to push everything out of your mind, but you can't. The truth is here, and it's too late. You know that. You've known it all along. But still, a part of you can't help but wonder, what if I could go back? What if I could just pretend it never happened? Your hand shakes as you clutch the letter, the words still ringing in your mind. You've always known. You've always been part of the lie. Suddenly, the sharp sound of a phone ringing pierces the silence, making you jump. The sound is so out of place, so real, that it pulls you out of the fog of your thoughts. You hesitate, looking down at the phone on the floor, its screen lighting up with an incoming call. You weren't expecting anyone. You didn't think anyone would even dare to contact you now. But the phone continues to ring, the sound almost mocking in its urgency. You kneel down slowly, the weight of the letter still in your hand, and pick up the phone. The screen flashes with an unknown number, but something about it feels familiar. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up as you stare at it, a strange sense of dread creeping up your spine. You lift the phone to your ear, your breath catching in your throat. The voice on the other end is calm, smooth, almost too calm, and it sends a chill down your spine. "Hello," the voice says, its tone carrying an eerie familiarity that makes your stomach churn. "I'm glad you picked up. You don't respond right away. You don't know what to say. The truth is right in front of you, and yet you still can't shake the feeling that something isn't right." You swallow hard, the words finally spilling out before you can stop them. "Who is this?" you ask, your voice barely above a whisper, too fragile to be your own. The voice on the other end laughs softly, the sound chilling in its mockery. "You know exactly who this is," the voice says, each word deliberate, cutting through the air with a cold precision. "You've been looking for answers, haven't you? You've been digging, trying to uncover the truth. But now that you found it, do you know what it really means?" You grip the phone tighter, the blood in your veins turning to ice as the voice continues, its words like needles in your ears. "The truth isn't what you think it is. You've been part of this game, playing your part like everyone else, but the game is over now, and you're the last one standing. Your mind spins, the weight of their words settling over you like a blanket of fog, blurring your vision, the truth, the lies, the game. You've been so consumed by it all that you didn't realize how deep you were in. But now you can feel it. The reality of it is crashing down around you, and there's no way to escape it. Do you know what's going to happen next? The voice asks, its tone suddenly soft, almost conspiratorial, because you're the one who gets to choose. You've always had the power, haven't you? You've just been too afraid to use it. You feel a tremor run through your body, a sharp pang of realization. The choices you've made, the lies you've told, the truth that's always been buried inside you. The voice on the phone isn't just speaking to you, it's speaking through you. I didn't ask for this, you finally say, your voice trembling with a mixture of fear and anger. I didn't ask to be part of your game. But the voice only chuckles again, low and sinister. You were never a victim. You were always the one in control. You just didn't realize it yet. And with that, the line goes dead. You lower the phone, your heart pounding in your chest. The room is eerily silent now, and you feel the weight of the words settle over you like a suffocating fog. The voice, the truth, the choices, you were never the one being played. You've been playing the game all along. The house around you feels smaller now, the walls pressing in on you as the weight of it all crashes down. The shadows are closing in again, but this time, you don't fight them. This time you know. You know it's not just about the truth anymore. It's about the choices you make, the power you hold, and the consequences you can't escape. And you realize, finally, that there's no one left to blame but yourself. The key to the past. The phone call lingers in your mind like the stench of decay. The words, the revelation, they are gnawing at you, clawing through your thoughts, refusing to leave. You've always had the power, the voice said. You've been in control this whole time. You want to believe it's a lie. You want to believe that you've been played, that someone else has been pulling the strings. But deep down, a sinking feeling tells you it's true. You've always had the power. You've always been part of the game. The shadows in the hallway seem to press in closer, the darkness stretching longer, filling the corners of the space like it's alive. The weight of the truth is suffocating, and you feel a crushing sense of dread that you can't escape. The house, the empty rooms, the broken mirror, the photograph, they're all part of this, part of you. You have to face it. You have to face what you've been running from. But where do you go from here? What do you do when the truth has shattered everything? In the quiet, you hear the faintest sound, a soft, scraping noise, almost imperceptible. It comes from the farthest corner of the room, just behind a locked door you haven't dared to open for years. The key is in your hand, heavy, cold. You don't remember how it got there, but it's yours now, and it's waiting to unlock what's been hidden, what's been buried beneath the weight of your own lies. You step forward, your feet heavy with reluctance. The door looms in front of you, its wood dark and worn, the brass handle tarnished with age, but it's the only door left, the only way forward. You don't want to open it. You know what's on the other side. You can feel it deep in your bones, a restless stirring that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. But you've come too far. The lie has always been a part of you. Now, it's time to face it. You reach out, your hand trembling as you fit the key into the lock. The click of the door turning is like a gunshot in the silence, sharp and sudden. You hesitate, but only for a moment. The truth has always been waiting for you, and now you're ready, or at least you've convinced yourself you are. The door creaks open, the darkness beyond it swallowing up any trace of light. You step inside. The room is colder than the rest of the house, a chill that seeps into your skin and makes your breath catch in your throat. The air feels thick with dust, with secrets that have been buried for far too long. The floorboards creak beneath your feet as you take a step, the room stretching out before you, impossibly large, impossibly empty. And then you see it, the object that was always meant to be there, the photograph, the one you thought you'd lost, the one that haunted you. But this time, it's not the same photograph. It's new, fresh, framed in gold, placed neatly on the dusty table in the center of the room. You move toward it, your heart pounding in your chest, and for the first time, you notice the name written beneath it, the name you thought you'd erased from your memory, the name you can't escape. It's yours. You freeze, the room spinning around you as your vision blurs. The name beneath the photograph, the one that's been sitting there, waiting for you to notice it. It's your name, but it's not the one you've been using. It's the one you buried, the one you erased, hoping it would stay gone. Your eyes flicker to the side, and the rest of the room falls into place. There's a desk, papers scattered across it, old files, and a few books. But the most striking thing is the chair facing the photograph. It's empty, but it feels occupied, as though someone has been sitting there, waiting for you to arrive. Your hand reaches for the photograph before you can stop it. Your fingers brush against the glass, and a shock of cold runs through you. The image before you is more vivid now. It's the same scene you've seen countless times, but this time, the people in it are different. The faces are too close, too familiar. The truth begins to settle in like an anchor around your neck, dragging you deeper into the abyss of your own mind. The lie you've been telling yourself for years, the stories you've spun to avoid facing what you've done. It's all falling apart now, and you can't escape it. You've always known. The voice whispers again, not from the phone, but from within, from deep inside you. It's always been you. You were always the one controlling the narrative. The photograph doesn't just show a moment in time. It shows your life, your decisions, your choices, all laid out in front of you. You were never the victim. You were always the architect of your own destruction. The weight of the truth settles over you, and you finally understand. The key, the door, the photograph, they weren't about uncovering the past. They were about accepting it, accepting who you really are. You take a deep breath, your chest tightening as the realization hits you harder than anything else. The lies you've lived in, the choices you've made, they were never about anyone else. They were about you. And now, you have to live with it. The truth is too ugly. But everyone agrees the lie is easier. You close your eyes, letting the darkness wash over you. And for the first time in your life, you let the lie become real. The room you've forgotten. The room is silent again. And the weight of the truth presses in on you like the heaviest of burdens. You stand there in the stillness, feeling as though the air itself is thick with the weight of everything you've just uncovered. The photograph, the voice, the realization that you've been living a lie all this time. You want to scream, to run, but your legs feel like stone, frozen in place. The room itself feels different, too. The walls, once familiar, now seem strange, as if they're closing in on you. The shadows are thicker now, almost alive, moving around the edges, drawing closer with every breath you take. You can feel them watching you, waiting for you to understand the truth you've just uncovered. But there's nowhere to hide. Not anymore. The door you came through, the one you thought would offer an escape, has disappeared. There's no exit, no way out. The voice whispers again, not in your ear this time, but in your mind, soft and mocking. You've always known. You've heard these words so many times now, but they're starting to sink in. The truth isn't just a distant memory or a forgotten fragment of the past. The truth is you. You've been part of it all along. You've been living in the lie, in the darkness, and now you can't escape it. You glance around the room, the walls stretching further now, as if the very space is bending to your will, or maybe to your torment. The floorboards creak under your feet, and you turn toward the only thing that seems real in this distorted, suffocating place, a chair, sitting alone in the middle of the room. It's old, worn, and its presence feels like a test. The chair is empty, but it feels as if it's been waiting for you. You know what's expected of you. You sit down, your body moving without thought, and as soon as you settle into the seat, the room shifts again. The photograph is there, still in your hands, and the faces in it seem to move, to shift in the dim light. You see your own face now, and it's as though the photo has absorbed you, pulling you into its past. The people in the photograph are familiar now, people you've known, people you thought you'd forgotten. Their faces blur and shift, becoming one with your own, and then you feel it. Something is different. The room, the photograph, the chair, they're all pieces of a puzzle you've been putting together, but not in the way you thought. The image in the photograph isn't just a frozen moment in time, it's alive. The truth, the one you've been running from, is finally revealing itself. And it's not just about what's been hidden, it's about what you've been hiding from yourself. A shadow appears in the corner of the room, the same shape you've seen before, lurking just out of sight. You don't have to turn to know what it is. You've been living in its presence all this time. It's the one thing that's been controlling you, pulling you deeper into this dark reality. The shadow moves toward you, its outline becoming clearer with each step. It's not a person. It's not a figure in the traditional sense. It's yourself, the parts of you that you've locked away, the guilt, the shame, the memories you've buried so deep you couldn't remember them. But now, you see them all. Every part of yourself you've been trying to forget. The shadow takes form, and with it comes a voice, low and familiar. It's the voice of your past, your choices, the life you've been pretending wasn't yours. You knew. The voice says, its tone bitter, full of contempt. You've always known. You've been running from the truth because you're afraid of what it means. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to confront it. But the shadow steps closer, and you can feel the weight of its gaze. It's not just looking at you. It's looking through you. You've been here all along. The voice whispers, you've always been here. And now, you'll face it. You'll face yourself. The air thickens with the weight of it. The shadow inches closer, and the chair feels more like a trap now, like it's been waiting for you to settle into it, to embrace the truth, to accept the dark parts of yourself you've been trying to outrun. But it's too late. You can't escape anymore. There's no more running, no more pretending. The darkness, the shadow, the truth, it's all inside you. You can feel it in your veins, in your heart, in your soul. You've always known, and now you have to face it. You were never meant to run. You were meant to confront it all. The lies, the truth, yourself. And so, you sit there, in the darkness, with the photograph in your hands, waiting for the final revelation. The game is over. The lie is dead. The truth has claimed its place, the unseen hand. The room is still, and yet it feels like it's moving. The walls press in on you as the weight of everything begins to crush down, suffocating you with the truth you can no longer deny. You sit in the chair, motionless, with the photograph still clutched tightly in your hands, your mind a tangle of fragmented thoughts. The shadow in the corner looms over you like a dark cloud, a reminder of everything you've tried to outrun, but there's no escaping it. Not now, not ever again. You thought you were in control, thought you were uncovering the truth, but all along, you were just playing a part in someone else's game. The truth was never just about the case, or the people you thought you knew. It was about you, the choices you've made, the lies you've told yourself, and as you sit there, feeling the weight of your own guilt, you can feel it, the presence, the hand that's been guiding everything from the shadows, the one that's been watching you this entire time. You've been led by someone. You've been playing into their hands. But now, as the realization washes over you, you know it wasn't someone else. It was you. A soft rustling behind you catches your attention, and you turn your head slowly, afraid of what you might see. The air feels colder now, the silence louder, and then you hear its footsteps. You can't see the figure, but you know it's there. It's in the way the air shifts, the way the shadows stretch unnaturally, like they're moving toward you, closing in. The footsteps grow louder, but they're not coming from anywhere you can identify. They're coming from inside your head. The truth you've been avoiding is alive now. It's taking on form, growing larger, closer, until it's right behind you. You don't turn around. You can't. But then the voice speaks again. It's not the woman's voice. It's not anyone's voice, but your own. It's soft, almost comforting, but the words are a dagger. You thought you were in control. You thought you had a choice. But this was always meant to be. This was always part of the plan. Your chest tightens as the voice continues, not from the shadows, but from deep within you, echoing in your mind. Louder now. The lies, the truth, the shadows, everything has been leading you here. You've always been part of this, always been in control, but too afraid to admit it. The footsteps stop. You feel the weight of the presence behind you, but you can't bring yourself to look. You don't need to. You know what it is. The shadow, the voice, the footsteps, they were always you. You were the one pulling the strings. You were the one who made the choices. All of it. Every step, every decision, every lie, it was always in your hands. You've been deceiving yourself. You've been running from the person you were always meant to be. And now, the truth is undeniable. You've always been your own enemy. The voice continues. You've been your own puppet master, and the one who's been tied to the strings. Every time you tried to escape, you tied yourself tighter. Every time you ran, you just ran in circles. A rush of emotion floods over you, but there's nothing left to fight. The truth has already claimed its place. You can't ignore it any longer. You never could. You take a slow, shaky breath, your fingers tightening around the photograph, and for the first time, you see it clearly. The faces in the photo, the ones you thought were distant memories, are now your reflections. They're not just people you've known. They are the parts of you you've tried to forget, the darker parts, the ones you buried beneath lies, beneath stories you told yourself to make sense of everything. But now, they're here, and they're real. You look down at the photograph again, your vision clearer now, and you understand it. It's not just a reminder of the past. It's the key to the future, the key to who you really are. The shadows draw closer, and for a brief moment, You wonder if you've lost yourself entirely. But as the dark shapes close in, you know one thing with certainty. The shadow in the corner is you. And now, it's time to face it. You stand, but your legs are unsteady. The room seems to spin, but you push forward, the photograph still in your hand. The weight of your own history, of the lies and the truths you've buried, is too heavy to carry. You can barely breathe, but you force yourself to keep moving, to keep facing the shadows. The figure in the room is you. You are the one who has been waiting for this moment, the one who's been pulling the strings from the shadows, the one who's been afraid to face what's inside. But now, there's nowhere left to run. There's no one left to blame. You are the one who's been hiding from the truth. And now, you can't pretend anymore. You step toward the darkness, ready to embrace the shadows you've spent your life running from. You are your own enemy. You are your own puppet master. And now, the game is over. The price of the truth. The darkness seems to swallow you whole as you move further into the room, each step heavier than the last. The photograph, still clenched tightly in your hand, feels like an anchor, pulling you deeper into the abyss. You thought you could outrun the truth, that you could escape the shadows that have been following you all this time. But you were wrong. The walls around you begin to shift, the air growing denser with each passing second. The room feels like it's expanding and contracting, warping around you, as though it's a living thing. Every shadow, every flicker of movement makes your heart race. You're not sure if it's the house or your mind bending under the weight of what you've learned. And then the voice comes again. It's quieter now, but it's there, echoing in your mind by a broken record. The truth was never meant to set you free. It was always about control. You shake your head, trying to block it out, but the voice only grows louder. You've always known. It taunts. You've been playing the game, and now the game is over. The truth has always been inside you, waiting to be acknowledged. But you didn't want to see it, did you? You take a step back, but there's nowhere to go. The room is too small now, the shadows too close. The photograph in your hand suddenly feels impossibly heavy, as though it's crushing you. You look down at it, at the faces staring back at you, and for the first time, you don't feel like you're looking at someone else. You feel like you're looking at yourself. This is your truth. This is what you've always been running from. The shadows seem to creep closer, surrounding you, wrapping you in their suffocating embrace. You can't breathe. You can't move. You can barely think. But one thing is clear now. You've been running from yourself, from the truth you've been too afraid to face. The voice, now louder than ever, speaks again. And this time, it's not just in your head, it's everywhere, coming from all directions, filling the room with a terrifying presence. You're not just a part of the game, you are the game. The words hit you like a slap, and you stumble backward, your knees buckling beneath you. You try to hold yourself up, but the weight of the truth is too much. The walls are closing in, the shadows pressing against you, suffocating you, and you realize something you can't deny anymore. You've been playing the role of the victim, but you're not the victim. You've been the villain all along. The realization hits you like a cold wave. The guilt, the shame, the lies, they've all been yours. You've been lying to yourself, pretending that you were trying to find answers, that you were uncovering the truth. But the truth was never about the case. It was about you. You stand there, trembling, as the walls close in tighter, the shadows wrapping around you like a web you can't escape. And as you feel the weight of your own actions, you understand something even deeper. The truth doesn't set you free. It binds you. It traps you. It holds you in place, forcing you to confront everything you've done, everything you've hidden. The price of the truth has always been too high. You're drowning now, the weight of the realization suffocating you. You reach for the photograph, but it's slipping through your fingers, just like the past, just like the lies. The faces in the photo blur, and for a moment, you can't tell where they end and you begin. But there's no escape. There never was. You were always part of this, always bound to it, tied to it by the lies you've told yourself. And now, there's nowhere to run, no one to blame. The shadows close in around you, the weight of the truth pressing down, suffocating you. And for the first time, you stop fighting. You accept it. You accept the lies. You accept the truth. And you know that there's no going back. The face you don't know. The darkness swells around you, the weight of it pressing in, suffocating you until it feels like your lungs can't hold air anymore. You want to scream, to push it away, but there's nothing left. No more fight. The truth has already swallowed you whole. And now, the shadows have claimed their prize. You stand still, your body frozen, as the darkness inches closer, curling around your limbs like a vice. The photograph, your photograph, still clutched in your hand. The faces, now indistinct, swirling into a blur of memories you thought you'd buried. The moment is here. The moment when you face it all, the lies, the truth, the deception you've been carrying for years. And then you see it, the face, but not just any face. Your face, but not the face you've been seeing for years. Not the one you thought you knew. This one is different. The eyes are darker, colder. The smile, if it could even be called that, is a twisted mockery of what you remember. The face in the photograph, the one you've been running from, the one that's haunted you, is now staring at you with an intensity you can't ignore. It's you, but it's not. It's a version of you that you never wanted to acknowledge, a version that's been buried deep within you all this time. The voice whispers again, but this time, it's not in your head. It's coming from the face in the photograph. You've always known me, but you didn't want to see me. You didn't want to believe I existed. The words strike like a dagger, and for a moment, you're paralyzed, unable to move. You want to tear your eyes away from the photograph, to run from it, but you can't. The face holds you there, a prison of your own making, forcing you to confront what you've been hiding. What if I've always been you? The question hangs in the air, suffocating you. You stagger back, your breath coming in shallow gasps. The room feels colder now, the walls closing in as the figure in the photograph steps closer to you. But it's not just a figure, it's you. It's the version of you that you've tried to bury, the one you thought you could escape. And now, it's here, in front of you, staring back with eyes full of judgment. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to react. But the voice in your mind speaks for you. You can't run anymore. You've always been running toward me. The truth is unbearable. The weight of it crushes you, and you can feel the walls closing in tighter, the air growing thicker. Your hand still grips the photograph, but it's no longer a photograph. It's a mirror, reflecting the version of you that you've been running from. But this time, you're not running. This time, you see it. You see the version of yourself that you never wanted to admit was real. The guilt, the darkness, the shame, it's all there, staring back at you. I've always been a part of you, the voice says, its tone softer now, almost understanding. And now you see me. Now you understand. You don't want to, but you finally speak. Your voice shakes, barely above a whisper. Who are you? The figure in the photograph. The version of you tilts its head slightly, as though considering your question, and then, with a slow, deliberate motion, it smiles. I'm the truth you've been running from. It says simply, I've always been here. You want to look away. You want to escape, to push the image out of your mind. But it's too late. You've already crossed the line. You've already opened the door to the darkness. And now, there's no turning back. The figure steps closer, its presence growing more solid, more real with each passing second. The shadows that once loomed at the edges of the room now fill it completely, swallowing you whole. The weight of your past actions, the choices you made, and the lies you told yourself are all flooding back, drowning you in the reality you can no longer deny. You were never the victim, the figure says softly, almost kindly. You were always the perpetrator, the one who chose the lies, the one who chose the truth. The world around you tilts, and for a brief moment, you're not sure if you're standing or falling. The shadows have taken over completely now, wrapping around you like a cocoon, and in the center of it all, the figure you stands, waiting for you to accept it. The truth has come full circle. The game is over, and there's no escape from the consequences. You can't undo the past. You can't run from what you've done. All you can do now is face it. Face the truth that you've always known. The truth that has finally come for you. And you finally do. You face yourself, and you understand. The secret in the walls. The room feels as if it's closing in on you. The shadows thickening with each passing second. The photograph, the figure, your own reflection. It all blurs together. A tangled web of lies and truths you can no longer separate. The weight of everything you've just uncovered hangs in the air like smoke, suffocating you, wrapping around your chest until you can barely breathe. But the darkness isn't done with you yet. The walls, once solid and familiar, now seem to shift, their surfaces rippling like the ocean in a storm. The room itself seems to be moving, folding inward, as though it's alive, responding to the weight of your thoughts, your realizations. There's no more denying it. The truth has already found you. The lies you've been telling yourself, the games you've been playing, they were never about anyone else. They were always about you. And now, you're trapped in it, trapped in the web of your own making. You hear it before you see it, the faintest scratching sound coming from the walls. It's subtle at first, just a soft scrape, like something or someone is trying to get through. You pause, your breath catching in your throat, as the noise grows louder, more insistent. It's coming from the walls, the space around you, and it's real. You know it's real. You take a step toward the sound, your mind racing, but your feet feel as though they're stuck in quicksand. The closer you get, the more the sound intensifies, until it feels like the walls are closing in on you, suffocating you. The air grows thicker with each step, and you feel as though you're walking through the very essence of your guilt, your shame. Finally, you reach the wall, your fingers trembling as you press them against the surface. The scratch is louder now, almost frantic. You press harder, feeling the vibrations beneath your fingertips, and then you hear it, a voice, not a whisper, not a murmur, a scream. The sound rips through you, a raw, agonizing cry that seems to come from the very heart of the house. You stagger back, your hand flying to your mouth to stifle the gasp that escapes you. It's not the voice of anyone you know. It's not the woman, not the shadow. It's something darker, something buried deep within the walls, something that has been hidden from you for too long. The room spins again, the walls seeming to fold in on themselves, and you reach for the door, desperate to escape, but it slams shut before you can get to it. You pound on the door, but it doesn't budge. The sound from the walls intensifies, as though the house itself is alive, trying to break free of the lies, trying to tear through the fabric of your mind. And then, as if it was waiting for you to make your move, the wall in front of you cracks. A long, jagged split runs down its surface, and you watch, paralyzed, as someone begins to emerge from the crack. The figure is blurry at first, a silhouette obscured by the darkness that seems to pour from the walls, but then it steps forward, and you see it. It's you, the reflection in the photograph, the face you saw staring back at you, the one you thought you could escape. It's not a version of you. It's you, the truth, the lie, the shadow. It's all been you, and now it's staring you down, unblinking. You stagger backward, your heart pounding in your chest, but there's no escape. The walls are closing in, the shadows are creeping toward you, and the figure you is coming closer, each step slow and deliberate. "I've always been here," the figure says, its voice low and familiar. It's not the voice from the shadows. It's not the woman. It's your voice, the voice you've heard in your head, the one that's been guiding you, pulling you toward the truth you've always known. It continues, its voice gaining strength. You were never the victim. You were never the one searching for answers. You were the one who needed to face it. Face yourself. The figure takes another step forward, its face now perfectly clear. It's you, and it's not. It's the version of you that you've buried, the version that's always been a part of this, the one you've been hiding from, running from, pretending didn't exist. And now, it's here. The shadows in the room close in, the darkness thickening with every passing moment, the weight of everything, the lies, the guilt, the truth. It's suffocating you now, pressing down from every direction. But you can't run anymore. You can't hide. You've been living in the lie, the figure says softly, its voice now almost tender. But now, the truth has found you, and you can't outrun it anymore. The walls crack again, louder this time, the sound almost deafening. The darkness is closing in, swallowing the room, and the figure you steps closer, its presence overwhelming. You want to scream, but the words won't come. You want to fight, but there's nothing left to fight. The truth has already won, and all you can do now is face it. You are your own prison. You are your own executioner. And now, there's no escaping what you've done. The last witness. You stand there, the darkness closing in around you like a vise, and the weight of the truth presses down on your chest, suffocating you with its finality. The figure you stands in front of you, the face you thought you knew, now nothing more than a stranger's mask. The walls are cracking, the shadows thickening, and the space between you and the figure seems to stretch, pulling you further into the abyss. You want to speak, to scream, but your voice is a hollow echo, lost in the suffocating silence. Every breath feels like it's your last. Every heartbeat a reminder of the weight you've been carrying for so long. And the photograph, the one that's always haunted you, is now fading from your grasp, slipping through your fingers, leaving you with nothing but the cold emptiness you've always known. The figure says again, its voice a twisted echo of your own, so familiar and yet so alien. You've been lying to yourself for so long, pretending that the truth didn't matter. You stagger back, your legs buckling beneath you, but there's no place to run. The walls are too close, the darkness too thick. You're trapped by the lies you've been living, trapped by the truth you can no longer deny. It's time to face what you've done. The figure continues, stepping forward, its presence looming over you. It's time to confront the pieces of yourself you've been hiding from. Your eyes flicker to the broken walls, the fractured spaces that once seemed solid and secure. Now, they're like fissures in your mind, cracking open, revealing the secrets you've buried deep inside. You don't want to face them, don't want to acknowledge the parts of yourself that you've denied. But there's no more running, no more pretending. The figure in front of you doesn't move closer, but its gaze feels suffocating, like it's pulling you toward it, dragging you deeper into the shadows. It's a reflection, a distorted version of everything you've tried to avoid. The air around you grows thicker, like the house itself is pressing down, forcing you to confront the reality you've been running from. The voice in your head, the one that's been guiding you, mocking you, fades into a whisper, but its presence remains. You've been your own enemy, your own witness to this crime. You knew what was happening, but you couldn't stop it. Your body trembles as the weight of those words sinks in. You were never the victim. You were the one who caused this, the one who let it happen. The shadow in the corner, the footsteps behind you, the voice in your head, it was all you. You've been chasing ghosts, running from your own action, hiding from your own choices. The walls begin to crack wider now, the fissures stretching until they split open completely. The darkness spills out, flowing into the room like ink, filling every corner, every crevice, until there's no light left. The air is suffocating, thick with the weight of the truth, the lies, the regrets. There's no more hiding, the figure says softly, its voice calm but insistent. The last witness to this has always been you, and now you're the one who has to face the consequences. The space around you seems to warp, twisting into something you can't comprehend. The photograph, the voice, the shadows, they're all a part of you, and you can't escape. There's nowhere left to go. You're not just a witness to the truth. You're the one who created it. You close your eyes, the weight of everything pressing down, and for the first time, you don't resist. You don't fight. The walls, the shadows, the truth, they're all a part of you, and there's no running anymore. The darkness fills your chest, and you let it. You've been waiting for this moment for the truth to consume you, to strip away the lies you've been living. But as the darkness closes in around you, as the room fades into nothingness, one question lingers. What happens when you've faced the truth and there's nothing left to lose? And then, just as the darkness takes over, you understand. There is no escape. There never was. The truth has already claimed you. The long wait, you drift in the void, suspended between consciousness and nothingness. The darkness wraps around you, a heavy, oppressive presence, but there's no sound, no movement. The stillness is absolute. The air is thick with the weight of everything you've just faced, everything you've learned. It presses on your chest, filling your lungs with a cold emptiness. Time has lost meaning. You've lost track of how long you've been here, lost in the dark, lost in yourself. But one thing is clear. The truth has come, and it has swallowed you whole. You've been waiting for something, waiting for it to end. But now, you realize it has already ended. The silence in the room is all-consuming. It's not the quiet you expected. There's no peace, no sense of resolution, just a vast, empty stillness that threatens to pull you under. Are you ready? The voice comes, soft and distant, almost a whisper in the thick silence. It's not the woman's voice. It's not the figure's voice. It's your own, but it's not. It's that voice in your head that's been guiding you, taunting you. You've been waiting for an answer, haven't you? Waiting for some revelation, some final piece of the puzzle to fall into place. But now you understand the waiting itself was the answer. The lie was never about solving a case. It was about giving you a reason to keep waiting, to keep running in circles, hoping for an end that would never come. You open your eyes, but there's nothing to see. The darkness around you is absolute, suffocating, and you realize you're still here, still trapped in this space. The truth doesn't let go. The lie hasn't been revealed. It's been buried inside you all this time. And now that you've found it, you realize it was never about escaping it. It was about accepting that you were always part of it. The voice continues. But now, it's almost like an old friend, a companion you've been ignoring for too long. You've always been here, haven't you? It's not a question, it's a statement. The truth you've been hiding from, the one that's been suffocating you from the very start. It's a part of you. It always was. You can't escape it. You can't outrun yourself. And that's when it hits you. You've been running all this time, chasing a version of yourself that didn't exist. The photograph, the shadows, the lies, they were never about someone else. They were always about you. The truth was buried inside you. The darkness, the guilt, the regret, it was never someone else's burden to carry. It was yours. And now, as you sit here in this endless void, you realize something else. You've been waiting for this moment, waiting for the lie to break, but it was never going to. The truth is a part of you, and no matter how much you try to resist, it will never leave. You try to move, but there's nothing to move toward. You try to call out, but there's no sound. It's just you, alone in the dark, and the crushing weight of everything you've ignored. The shadows seem to stretch endlessly around you, but there's no escape. You were never meant to escape. You were meant to face it. It's time to accept what's been waiting for you all this time, the voice says, its tone still soft, still patient, but there's no comfort in it. There's no solace, only the hard, cold truth. You're here because you chose to be. The words echo in your mind over and over until they lose their meaning. You've heard them so many times, but now they settle into you. They're part of you. And as much as you want to scream, to run, you can't. You've always been here. You've always been a part of it. The waiting is over. The darkness has consumed you, and there's nothing left to do but accept it. The truth, the lie, the endless cycle of running and hiding. It's all you. And just as the last piece of the puzzle falls into place, just as the understanding settles into your bones, you hear it, the sound of the door opening. But it's not the way you thought it would be. It's not an escape. It's just another step. You look up, but the door remains closed. The room remains dark. There's no way out. There's no going back. The waiting, the pain, the lies, the truth. It's all one. It's all the same. And now, you're ready. The final decision. The door is still there, just a few feet away, and yet it feels like an eternity between you and it. You can feel its presence, the gap between you and the possibility of escape growing, but there's no movement, no sound, just the weight of everything pressing down, like you're caught into the eye of a storm. The voice inside your mind continues, soft but insistent. You've always known what lies beyond that door. The question is, can you face it? Can you? Can you face everything you've been hiding from? All the lies, the guilt, the choices you've made, the people you've hurt. Can you finally admit what you've been running from? Or will you keep looking for a way out? A way to escape the truth that's been clawing at your soul from the inside. You look toward the door again, your pulse quickening. You've been searching for an escape, haven't you? The truth was never about finding the right answers or solving a case. It was about finding the strength to face what you've known all along. But there's no more running. The path is clear now, and as the shadows grow closer, you realize that the decision isn't about choosing a way out. It's about accepting what's already been chosen for you. You step forward, your legs shaky, your feet dragging as if the floor beneath you is made of concrete. The door seems further away with each step, but you're moving now. There's no turning back. You've always had a choice. The voice murmurs again, its tone softer now, as though it's leading you to the inevitable. The truth has been inside you all along. You've been the one standing in your own way. No one else. Not the darkness, not the lies, just you. You reach the door, and your hand hovers over the handle, but you don't open it. Not yet. You stand there for a moment, your fingers trembling as they brush against the cold brass. The stillness of the room presses against you. The heaviness of everything you've carried in your heart, now unbearable. Are you ready to accept it? The voice asks. Its words like a mirror, reflecting every doubt, every fear, every regret you've buried deep inside. You close your eyes for a moment, taking a deep breath, and in that instant, you realize the truth. You've been waiting for something outside of yourself to change. You've been waiting for the world to offer you an answer, a way out, a way to make everything right. But it doesn't work that way. The truth isn't something that's given to you. It's something you have to face, something you have to accept. And now, there's no one left to hold your hand, no one to give you permission. You open your eyes, the door stands there, waiting, and you know, with sickening certainty, that you're the one who's been keeping yourself locked inside. Not the darkness, not the lies. You reach out, your hand steady now, and grip the handle firmly. You turn it slowly, feeling the weight of your decision settling in. The sound of the door creaking open, ringing louder than it should. The air feels thick, suffocating, but you don't stop. But you don't. You step forward, crossing the threshold, and feel the darkness close around you like a shroud. But as you step into the unknown, there's a shift. The air is still thick with the weight of everything you faced, but something in you has changed. You're no longer running. You're not looking for a way out. You've already found what you were searching for. The truth. It wasn't outside of you. It was always inside. And as the door closes behind you, the room fades away, the shadows fading to nothing. And for the first time in a long time, you can finally breathe. You made it. The truth has claimed you. And now, you can live with it. The end of the lie. The door slams shut behind you, sealing off the past, the darkness, the lies. But even as the sound echoes in the distance, you don't feel the weight of finality. Instead, you feel something else, something unfamiliar. Freedom. But it's not the kind of freedom you expected. It's not the freedom of running away from the truth. It's the freedom that comes from finally confronting it. The weight that's been sitting on your chest for so long, heavy, suffocating, crushing, is lifted. For the first time, you can breathe. You stand there in the dark, but this time, the shadows don't feel like enemies. They don't feel like they're closing in on you, waiting for you to fall. Instead, they feel like a part of you, a shadow you've accepted, embraced. You are no longer afraid of what's in the dark. You are the darkness now. You are the truth. The room around you is still, quiet, empty, and yet, for the first time, it feels full of answers, full of peace, full of the understanding that you've been searching for. You look around, the corners of the room now clear and sharp, the edges no longer fuzzy or twisted. Everything feels right in a way you can't fully explain, but you understand it now. The journey was never about escaping. It was about confronting the lie you told yourself, the one that made you feel small, helpless, but no longer. The voice that's been whispering in your head, the one that guided you, mocked you, taunted you with every revelation, fades now. Its presence no longer fills the air. The shadows that once haunted you are gone. The space you're in now is your own. It belongs to you. You are the master now. You look down at the photograph, still held firmly in your hand, and for the first time, you don't feel fear or guilt when you look at it. You don't see the faces as part of a puzzle you need to solve. They're just faces, faces of people who were once part of your past, part of the story you told yourself. But now, the story is over. The door has closed behind you, and you're standing in the dark. But it's not the kind of darkness you once feared. It's the kind of darkness that holds no secrets. It's the kind of darkness you've embraced, the one you've walked into willingly, because you know now that it's the only way forward. There is no light at the end of this tunnel. There's only you, only the truth you've uncovered, the lie you've left behind. You were always the one in control. You whisper to yourself, the words like a mantra now. You can feel them vibrating through your chest, in your bones. The truth was never about escaping. It was about embracing what was already inside of you. You exhaled slowly, deeply, and you feel a weight lift off your chest. For the first time in your life, you feel light. The truth has claimed you. But now, it doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like release. It feels like freedom. You stand in the dark, a silence that's heavy but not suffocating. And for the first time, you realize something: the shadows aren't your enemy anymore. They never were. They were part of you all along. You walk forward, step by step, the path ahead clear, the weight of the past behind you. You no longer need to look back. The lie has ended. The truth is finally yours. End of script. Sleep well and watch your back.